All right, welcome back. Let's have a look at SoundHound. So we were watching this name yesterday. I made a video about this one, especially after breaking out and gapping up overnight, right? And in the morning, it was trying to push. And as a resistance, I was watching these pre-market highs, 1050-ish as a resistance. And as a support, yesterday's resistance, which it did not officially break during market hours, okay? It did happen after market close. This is the reason why I don't pay too much attention into aftermarket or pre-market price action. So plan was today for me basically to watch this name come test this level 861. That's basically what I was watching as a resistance, and try to bounce, but not like a skyrocket and just get back above. No, I was watching the stock maybe just chop around, come to this level and close at this level today and tomorrow. Considering Friday option expiration, I thought this could basically break out and just shoot up to 18 bucks, because stocks can do that. Especially yesterday, I was watching, I don't know if you watched that video, but I was watching the borrowing rates and borrowing shares available. Let's update it, what's going on right now. And there were not many shares available to short at all. And this morning looks like, yeah, there were some shorts, millions, thousands, hundreds. So another thing, I was watching a lot of option flow. A lot of calls were coming in the money. So, and also another controversial thing was, well, insider dumped yesterday. So far today, option activity, it's been only 2 hours, 258,000 calls being traded, 78,000 puts. Implied volatility flying crazy high. So this is the reason why I didn't bother to touch this name, since I exclusively trade options. And when implied volatility anywhere above 100%, and especially with small delta stocks like this, I cannot justify it. 200, 300 for this week, I know it's not a lot in terms of price, I mean net delta, but for this stock it's a lot. In the morning, well, flushes 25%, right? Yesterday somebody was asking, and this is purely, I don't know if you are listening, this is what happens when you chase. That's why you buy it at the support. So let's say you considered 861 as your support and you set a limit order, you still had a chance to get out with smaller loss or break even. Why? Because this level was sort of being respected for a little bit. Of course, it did flush all the way to 750, but 784 yesterday, this was solid resistance, and it did break it. It did fight through it during market hours. I mean, somehow, it is sort of on a 5 minutes. It's holding that level. It's respecting that level for now. Okay. So that's that for people who are not super technical when it comes to small caps, where you have to be, you must be. Otherwise, this is what happens. This is 30%. This is no jokes. If you got trapped at 10 bucks, I mean, this is a big drop. So now, right here, right now, well, this was my goal, right? So I thought it would just drift here and then squeeze. Didn't happen, didn't bother it. So right here, right now, what can happen? Well, if we go take a look at the daily chart, look at this formation. Usually when stocks go higher and next day doesn't have a follow through, or it just gaps up, and instead of trying to close above previous day's high, candlestick high, it closes below or even gives up all that price action from previous day, it is a bearish candlestick formation. So I don't know where it's going to close, but lifeline right now is 784, this high. So, but if it closes anywhere below this level today, because we still have a lot of time, well, my support for the stock, it can come all the way back down to $5, slowly drift lower. Of course, it can go higher, but it needs to close near 861 at least for this stock to try to push high. So now let's take a look at option activity. Again, these videos are purely for educational entertainment purposes only. So I want to look at the option activity. So what's happening? Now, in the morning, you can see, I don't know what these calls are being, what are these calls that, yesterday, a lot of people were coming in buying $5, $6 calls. So let's jump into, I'm seeing a lot of 6 being traded. I don't know if these people are buying or selling, what they're doing, what they're trying to do. A lot of 6s. So what I would do, I would just go pull the chart for that strike and take a look, compare it from yesterday. What's going on? So without going into the this is a daily candle, right? You can see yesterday 50,000+ these calls were traded. Okay, that's why stock tried to push higher. This is called gamma squeeze. A lot of times, basically, when you buy a call, market makers try to hedge themselves and they will buy shares. For every contract you buy, they buy 100 shares. So now I can see those people who tried to squeeze it. Now, I'm just guessing, since it traded this much volume, they're out. They sold it. They're gone. You get it, right? So, but stock was being shorted. Yes, okay. So these people almost, maybe let's zoom in a little bit more. When did they start selling? This is now the same strike price on a 10-minute chart, right? When they started coming in. They started coming in right here at almost $2 levels. Yesterday, highest bid they made is 250 something. And today, right from the open, they started dumping. And they started dumping more. And I'm sure they're positive they made money. But I don't know who it is, but it's, of course, it takes a lot of capital, like $50,000. 50,000 contracts. If you multiply it for $200, you do your calculations. So now let's take a look at, I'll be done soon, just a second. Let's take a look at the short volume. So if you take a look at the short volume, it was being shorted very high before that. This is, again, not all of the volume. Most exchanges don't report all of the volume, but this is almost like 70, maybe 80% of the volume, daily volume. So now, if this stock stays at these levels, doesn't have any follow through, which I'm guessing it will do, it will drift lower all the way to $5. Okay, and you can make any fundamental argument or like business argument. I don't care about this stock. In general, like any stock that doesn't make money, I don't care. I care about purely price action and negative to me personally. And my prediction, again, this is not a financial advice, purely for educational entertainment. We'll come back. We'll test this level. It can go back down to $5. I'll give it 2 weeks. But that's the update. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.